Do you think Republicans would react any differently?
I don't know what to expect from the Republicans. Dianne Feinstein is my friend, my colleague. We've sat next to one another on the committee for many, many years, and I've talked to her about so many issues I wouldn't know where to start or stop. I'm sorry for what she's going through. We're trying to give her an opportunity to return as quickly as possible and to continue with the business of the committee in the meantime.
Are you frustrated by the current situation that you're in here?
Well, I can't imagine I feel any more frustrated than she must feel. I hope that she can be back with us soon.
When was the last time you spoke with her?
I can't remember. It's at least 2 months ago.
Senator, how many nominees is this holding up?
Well, I can't give you an exact number. We have another 10 or so on the calendar. We're considering 3 more today. We'll keep doing our work, but whether we can produce the nominees from the committee is really the challenge.
In your letter that you sent, is it better if she retired?
She's got to make her own decision on that. None of us want to be pushing her. We got a problem here, obviously, because we have a 10-10 situation. So there's a lot of leverage that the Republicans have. But Senator Feinstein is incredibly valuable. She's been an incredibly valuable public servant. It's an illness that she's got to deal with. We're hopeful that she's going to come back.
Senator, would you want to see Clarence Thomas appear before this committee on the Supreme Court ethics?
But this is being driven because they got 4 nominees, and I've been fairly open to voting for Democratic nominees, but there's 4 here that I will not vote for, and that's why they wanted to come back. They didn't substitute for Fetterman. It's all about 4 very controversial nominees, and I'm willing to vote for many of the others on the list. So the mechanism of a temporary substitution, I don't think will sail with the Republicans.
Senator, can I ask you about the blue slip process?
Well, then I guess I need to go back to her and say what was the rationale behind judiciary. We just had another discussion in here about the blue slip threat. It seems to me that this is to accelerate the priorities of Chair Durbin and the committee. They're right to do that. I'd probably be doing the same thing. But I don't know. I'll take it at face value that she wrote that statement, that it wasn't provided to her or encouraged for her to produce it as a priority for the conference. But that to me is less relevant than the fact that it makes no sense that if you're going to be out on a long-term basis, why you would just seek an exception to 1 of 3 committees that are very important committees.
Can we get your thoughts on this situation with Senator Feinstein on the Judiciary Committee and Democrats' request to temporarily replace her?
Yeah, well, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So, I mean, I think at least 2 Republicans on the committee said they'll object to a unanimous consent request, and that I don't count 60 to get it through. I think this is an unprecedented request. I think that's for me the big hang-up. I'm not aware of this ever happening before, anything like it. So I think it'd probably be different if she were asking to step down from the committee. But anyway. What's strange about this is it's almost like a proxy vote situation. Someone who's not here now but wants to come back, and so they're not taking away the seat. They're just putting somebody else into it. I mean, we could have done that with Leader McConnell. He's been down for 6 weeks. I mean, I'm afraid that this will. If we do this now, then I think every time you have a member who's gone from a committee where you want to have markups, will say, "Oh, well, I'd like to be replaced on that committee next week." I mean, we just don't do that.
Why do you think that she and Democrats wanted to replace her on Judiciary but not on Appropriations or Intel?
Oh, because the administration and the various activist groups are pressuring her to step down. Look, they want her to resign. I mean, you've got those various congressmen from her home state who are pressuring her to resign, which is really unseemly, by the way. I mean, but listen, they forced her out of the chairmanship. She's supposed to be chair of this committee. And they forced her out of the chairmanship just over a year and a half ago. So they clearly wanted to resign. And I feel for her. I mean, she's struggling with illness, which is terrible. And I hope she makes a swift recovery. But clearly her own party is trying to force her out. I mean, that's what this is about. And I'm sure what will happen is, after this, they'll go back and they'll say, "Oh, we tried, and now we need you to resign." So that'd be my prediction.
Can I ask you separately about